Did you see that Mayor Khan walking along the other day with his bodyguards and someone from Sky News was trying to interview him? Have you ever seen such an arrogant little
Jim Davidson just ignited the internet, and no one saw it coming. Because while people were arguing over the usual political noise, polls, crime, transport chaos, funding battles, something completely raw and unfiltered erupted live on screen. Yes, Jim Davidson went off script, and his unexpected live rant about SADIQ left thousands of viewers literally frozen, staring at their screens, wondering, did he really just say that? This wasn't a polished political dig. This wasn't a celebrity soundbite. This felt like a moment, one of those rare, honest, unfiltered explosions that cut right through the noise. Let's get into it. It happened during one of Davidson's unscripted live streams, the kind he uses to speak freely, without producers, without scripts, without filters. Halfway through reading comments, someone brought up London's recent controversies, transport failures, rising tensions over new policies, safety concerns, and the growing frustration city residents keep voicing. Davidson paused, exhaled, and then launched into what people online are now calling one of his most direct monologues ever. Look at what's happening to London, he said, shaking his head. People are worried. People feel unheard. And the leadership doesn't seem to get it. No name calling. No cheap shots. Just pure frustration. And that's exactly why it hit so hard. Because he said what so many Londoners already feel, rarely hear spoken out loud. 5 minutes later, Davidson leaned closer to the camera and dropped a line that's now being clipped, shared, and replayed non-stop. People don't feel listened to. That's the truth. When leaders stop hearing the public, things start to break down. Instantly. Chaos in the live chat. Some cheering, some arguing, some demanding SADIQ respond. But the power wasn't in the words alone. It was the tone. Tired, concerned, almost defeated. And that's what made the moment explode across social media. Comments poured in. Finally, someone said it out loud. He just voiced what thousands of us feel, whether you agree with him or not. He's not wrong. And that's where the shift began. To understand why the clip is everywhere, you need the context. London right now is sitting on a pressure point. 2 disruptions, policing debates, financial strain, community tensions, and a growing sense that leadership is disconnected from the people who actually live here. Davidson didn't say anything new, but he said it at the right moment, in the rawest way. And from a platform people don't expect political honesty from the comedian's live stream. That's why journalists, commentators, and politicians responded almost immediately. A former Conservative advisor told one outlet, when public figures outside politics start speaking this openly, it means the public mood is shifting. A Labour councillor tried to calm the storm. People are emotional. London is going through changes. The mayor is working hard to address concerns. Even journalists on Twitter chimed in. This isn't about Davidson. It's about why his message landed with so many, so fast, and Londoners, they weren't quiet either. He just said what my whole street talks about. We need leadership that listens, not leadership that talks over us, a political analyst added. You don't have to agree with Davidson to understand why people are frustrated. This wasn't just a rant. This was a spark, because underneath all of London's political theatre, the city has been carrying a heavy tension for a long time. Safety concerns, cultural divides, transport issues, budget fights. Everyone feels at least one of these personally. That's why this moment refuses to die down. People aren't just angry. They're tired. They're uncertain. They're done with performative politics. And Davidson's blunt honesty cracks something open. Sources close to City Hall, unofficially, say the clip is being watched. That alone speaks volumes, because normally they ignore celebrity commentary entirely. But when a rant becomes a citywide talking point, not just online, but in cafes, taxis, barbershops, workplaces, politicians take notice. One insider reportedly said, "The mayor is aware of the clip. He won't respond, but the public sentiment is being monitored." In political terms, that means, we know this hit a nerve. And that's the real story here. A rant is nothing but the reaction to the rant. That's what politicians fear. If thousands of Londoners instantly said, yes, this is what we feel, then the city is closer to a breaking point than anyone wants to admit. And here's the question everyone is now quietly asking. If this one moment shook people this much, what happens when the next political flashpoint hits? Because whether you agree with Davidson or not, one thing is undeniable. This wasn't entertainment. This was a warning shot from a divided city, a frustrated population, and a growing sense that leadership is running out of time to start listening.